We have one that says, can you explain what to look for in a study when you are an active woman and why there seems to be so many pieces of conflicting information? That's because the study is not for you. It's not on an active woman.
Now, if we are looking at science, there's so many nuances that are missed, right? So when you're assessing a study, you have to realize that we're in a clickbait society. Even normal news outlets are still looking for that grab, right?
Yes.
And they loses so many of the nuances. Even social media and reels, they're like clickbait to get people to watch it.
Yes.
So if you're trying to dig in to see what advice is appropriate for you, first remember, and this is something I have come to realize people don't necessarily know over the past 4 or 5 years with talking to people, is there's a bell curve.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yep.
So if we're talking about a bell curve, we have a general population, and then we have a subset of active women in the general population.
Yes.
So there's even a bell curve of how active and does it apply to the generally active woman? And then we have outliers. We have early adopters that have been really active and on par and doing all the things and loving it. And then we have people on this side of things who aren't quite sure.
They're like just getting into it.
They're just getting into it, and they might be the late adopters, or they might be hesitant and they've been active, but they don't quite understand what that means, and they want to move into the bell curve.
Yes.
So when we're looking at science, know that it doesn't even fit the bell curve because most of the research is done on a very tight population.
Yeah.
Right. So even when we're looking at high performance research and we're looking at the female athlete high performance research, it is generally, unfortunately, done on a very small white upper socioeconomic population and then disseminated out. For me, as I look at that, I'm like, it's okay to generalize because it's all done on female population. But ideally, we want to have all walks of life.
Yeah, more broad. And then like a lot of the time the studies, they have to have like regular menstrual cycle, can't be on birth control. And like so many of us are like have another piece of the puzzle in there that the research might not even apply.
And even when we're looking at menstrual cycle and the way that they're testing it in methodology, even the cutoffs that they're using in sports science are different from something you would find in fertility research. So even that is skewed. So when we're coming back to the how do I know it's appropriate for me, you have to be a bit critical and go, what was the original population this study was tested on?
Yeah.
Is it applying to me right now in my personal life and where I am in my hormone profile, my lifestyle? Is it winter? Is it not? Because the way of seasonality changes. So you really have to understand that when we talk about science, we try to be as specific as possible to that population.
Yeah.
And as specific as possible to the physiology of that population, which fits in a very tight part of that bell curve.
Yeah.
So the more we get away from the middle of that bell curve, the more you have to ask, is that population study appropriate for me?